QCP. QCP is a number that you can get from a broker at an investment house. You can ask them that you need your QCP number. A bank should be able to get it to you, though you're going to have to get up through the higher levels. The lower levels of people at the bank will not know what you're talking about. Neither will they understand what special deposits accounts are and all of this kind of stuff. So don't beat up your banker. They weren't trained either. Everybody's kept in the dark. This is the way the system has been set up for almost the last 10 years, 12 years especially, since they took down the Big 10 accounting firms. So don't beat up your bankers. Everybody's kept in the dark. Nobody knows what the right hand is doing with the left hand, and everyone that's reporting upwards is being shifted sideways. So those reports of the fraud and the damages and the crimes that are being committed are being intercepted and shifted sideways all the way up through many levels of the government because of the system that they've decided to use with this when they took down the Big 10 accounting firms and formatted them into the Big 4. Why did that happen? Because of pharmaceutical patents. It was so large in the accounting of J.P. Morgan and Stanley and all these big guys, Merrill Lynch, was also massive. They had to consolidate the accounting firms to handle it. That goes back to pharmaceuticals. That goes back to the gene patenting. And that's another whole subject. So continue to read these that I put up here. And you will see that they're really doing a lot of shifting. And what we're going to do is start to step up. Now, here are some notice of changes that we are going through. The first is our negotiable instrument filing process. We're going to step away from the term of UCC 1s, and we're going to start identifying those as their proper terminology, which is a negotiable instrument. Let's talk about the Uniform Commercial Code for a moment. The Uniform Commercial Code has been adapted by almost all the states. I believe that at least 48, probably 50 of them have done it. But what you don't understand is that each state has in their statutes their adaptation of each UCC code. So you need to work in your own state UCC code. That's what you need to go find in your state statute. And usually if you will just Google your state and UCC statutes or codes, it will give you the links on where to pop into those. They're kind of hard to find, but once you find them, they're gold. Print them. All right? So the best information I ever found, I find out on the web, and I don't get back to it because I can't ever seem to find it, even if I bookmark it. So I've just gotten into a habit of either putting it in a Word document, especially filing them, or printing. So the Uniform Commercial Code is going to be your best friend. It should be your new Bible, as far as I'm concerned, because that is how you need to learn to operate. Everything you do is out of that book. And those will allow you the codes as you learn. UCC 8 is about adverse possession. They foreclose your home. You need that one. Okay? UCC 4 is about payment, entitlement, assignment orders. How you handle those things. You're going to need to know that. There's all kinds of mysteries in this nice little 2.5 compressed inch book called the UCC Code. I suggest that you all get on Amazon and go get one, because that's where they ship free and they're very well priced as far as everyone else. We have decided we will be handling, because of what's been uncovered in the higher estate, and that there are multiple kits to be trust, and that the Social Security is only one of multiple trusts, we are going to be handling the UCC filing a bit differently, but we still are going to do it. You have to start to take control of your higher estate. And you're going to have to do that through one document, and we are working on those as we speak. We have the UCC all updated, reformatted. We've fixed the wording. We've tightened up some of the other docs. We've added some new documents to it. Those who have UCC filings, you can easily amend them. Give us a couple of weeks. I'm hoping to have an amendment package available for you, really cheap. And that way we can drop you a disc or email you over the new verbiage and you can amend your docs. No big deal. But the big thing that you're going to start working and delving into is estates. Because only you can make your will. No one else out there can make your will. You know, when I say will, I'm talking about what you would probably know it as last will and testament. But that's only because they have hidden from us the true power of what a will can do and why it is so important to have those wills now. So that's where we're going to be moving our people into, is establishing themselves through their divine will and allowing ourselves to bring back DNDs. As you see, the Treasury Department is no longer in possession of the security trust accounts. We are not using the chargeback process anymore. The reason is, as you can see, there are several problems with them. They don't have the Social Security trust accounts. They're not handling any birth certificates. It is not honoring any of the chargeback instruments. And we don't want anyone to expose anyone to legal issues. Okay? They're sending these inquiries over to the Criminal and Terrorist Threat Division. So they're just trying to find a way to get ugly. And we don't need to go through that, and neither do you. Okay? Clients require funds from other sources other than their own trust accounts to pay their debt. You do not need to try to tap that account when we have come up with a plan that you're going to have to do these people anyway to assist you in establishing some negotiable instruments at which you can do an assignment of funds off of. So it kind of works like this in a nutshell. Sue owes me money. I'm Jenny. So Sue owes me, Jenny, money. Jenny, me, I owe Harry money. Okay? So I'm going to do an assignment from the money that Sue owes me. Legally, off that UCC1, there's a whole form we're developed for this, and I'm going to sign the money that I owe Harry off of the money that Sue owes me. And Harry can go get his money from Sue. This is perfectly legal. It's done every day in the commercial world. It is your turn to work with this. Now, the beauty of this system is this. As I have used this system myself for quite a while now, they many times ignore my assignment and say, oh, you still owe money. Well, if they have kept that assignment for over 72 hours, in truth and lending, that assignment is good. They have to return it to you as unfundable within 3 days, truth and lending. That's 72 hours. In our industry, it's known as T72, your best friend and your worst enemy. Because when you get something, court papers, filings, documents, you need to respond in 72 hours. Just remember that. You too have to play by the T72 hours. And I know from experience, that makes a big difference, especially in court cases. You must respond immediately upon receipt. Okay? So if you get it on the 1st in the mail, the clock starts ticking. And you need to have something to them by the 3rd. No later than the 4th. So we've decided and designed a class action